Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. I've noticed kind of an influx, not just around my channel but other channels, of people who feel the need to like troll the account and watch a ton of your videos only to then later, do some big speech saying how it doesn't resonate and they don't like your energy. It's like, why did you waste so much time watching when you could have been finding something you actually genuinely enjoyed? It's so baffling to me, and it's just something I noticed today. I'm currently filming this video on the 7th, which is actually the start of Mercury retrograde. So definitely, people, be very aware of how you're communicating, not just via the internet, but especially also in person. It's like, be very mindful of the words you're putting out at this time, because this month in July is just so crazy. We have so many different things going on. And so for this pick a card reading, we are of course talking about the week of the 8th through the 14th, which is the official first week of Mercury retrograde. And I don't know about anybody else, but like the last 3 days building up to right now, the 7th, I've had nothing but headaches. And so, interesting enough, I am a Cancer rising and I have a Leo moon, which are the two zodiac signs that we're dealing with in this month. And so I feel like for a lot of us, if you are an individual that has Cancer somewhere prominent in your chart, or Leo, definitely pay attention to where those are lying in your chart, as far as, the house, and also where Mercury is in your chart and what sign is associated with Mercury, as well as the house and also your moon, because I feel like those are the 4 areas that are going to be most affected this month for us all. I don't know, that's just what I'm getting off it, because I've been having nothing but headaches the last 4 days, and I know I have prominent spots in my chart that are related to that. So I don't know, you guys let me know. Are you guys feeling any funky vibes right now, having headaches? I know there's other people who are having like crazy, like clairsentience? Like they're smelling weird things. I know there's some crazy energy going on. So I'm definitely very curious to see what is going to be happening for the week of the 8th to the 14th, and I'm sure you guys are too. This is just going to be a very chill, kind of simple video. I'm just going to be using 2 different tarot decks. I'm going to be using 1 oracle deck, and of course we have 3 piles. Before I introduce these 3 piles though, I want to talk about this card here, which this is a card that I pulled to talk about the overall energy of this week, the 8th through the 14th. That this is an energy we're all going to be dealing with in this week, and so it's like that overall general, because of course this is a general reading, this is what we guys should definitely be looking out. And so it's the 9 of Pentacles, which is actually a really fantastic card. I think it's a very, very good energy to start off, this Mercury retrograde. It's all about material balance. It's the material and the spiritual. It's, independence. It's just being very successful, being very well off in your material world, and keeping a very, understanding and appreciating the wealth that one already possesses. So I definitely feel like the key to this week for all of us is to be very grateful and very appreciative and put out very positive vibes. That's part of why I said the message I did at the beginning of this video about people who are doing some weird stuff on YouTube and in the comments, who leave these strange comments that just, it doesn't make sense, okay? Like, put out positivity, be positive, and something doesn't resonate. If you don't like something, then do not consume that, medium, or be around that person, because they're not right for you. Understand, and again, follow your intuition. If your intuition says like, oh, I don't like this thing, then don't keep engaging in it. Just step away from it. I feel like that's an important thing, especially with all of the eclipses that we have this month on both of the moons that we did. It's all about, clearing out the old, really, really clearing out the old and starting fresh and anew. So yeah, I think definitely keep an overall sense of gratitude for everything that we have in this week. And so let's go ahead and talk about the 3 groups that we have for this video. So I want you guys to go ahead and choose between group number 1 with the lemon chrysoprase, group number 2 with the rose quartz, or group number 3 with the ocean jasper. And then we will get into a more specific but still general reading of what you could expect in the date from the dates the 8th to the 14th of July. For you who picked the first pile with the lemon chrysoprase, we're gonna first go ahead and start by pulling a couple charms for you to see what is going on in this week. Okay, we'll go ahead and look at those in a second. But let's first, so I'm going to start this off by pulling at least 3 tarot cards to talk about the overall energy that you are going to, for you guys who picked this group, are going to have for this week from the 8th to the 14th. So what is the overall energy, things that might be going on during this week for you, the major important aspects? Alright guys, so for the overall energy that you're going to be dealing with from the 8th to the 14th for this week of July, we have, okay, so we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Ten of Wands. Like, wow guys. I think this is a pretty interesting energy group right here. So, what I'm seeing is, again, we have the Page of Swords. So this is talking about communication. So, and of course we have Mercury retrograde. So it's very, again, definitely for you guys, this week is going to be very important to pay attention to how you're communicating, how you are, speaking to other people, and what you aren't saying to other people, or what you're saying to certain people on behalf of other people. Like, because, the Page of Swords, they're very witty with their words, they're very good with their words, they're very intellectual, they're, that youthful energy of the court, just starting out, kind of like a sense of a new start for themselves. But the other side of the Page of Swords I always think about is, like, they can be kind of a gossipy individual, and so they're also like a messenger. They bring a lot of messages, and so definitely be aware of what it is you're communicating in this week. And then with the Knight of Cups, again, both of these could definitely represent people that are going to be prominent for you in this week. So it could be an air sign like an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, or it could be a water sign like a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. The Knight of Cups is of course, as all knights are, they're very driven, they're very focused on what their goal is. But the Knight of Cups, he's not as slow moving as, say, the Knight of Coins, but he takes his time. He knows how to be very fluid, and once he sets his eyes on that holy grail, he will go after it like nobody's business. And he's also the romantic of the knights. He's very, like, is that the word, chivalrous, romantic, charismatic. I always think of him as like the Casanova of the group. And so if this doesn't represent a person possibly you will be dealing with in this week, it could just mean that you are going to be very focused on a specific goal this week. And so it could be related to a love issue, a love situation, or it could be possibly just has to do something with your emotional well-being or your creativity. It's going to be, especially, think about creativity or spirituality, because you also have the Ten of Wands here. And so with the Ten of Wands, this is obviously you're shouldering a heavy burden. You've done a lot of work. You are working very hard, and so this is coming off to me as kind of the workaholic. You can be so focused and so driven on your stuff that sometimes you take on more than you can handle. And so it's really important to communicate and let people know when it is you need help, and that you can, rely on some people to take on some of the burdens that you're holding, some of the responsibilities you're holding, so that they can help you. And so definitely keep that in mind in this week, is like, Question how many burdens, how many responsibilities are you trying to shoulder at this time, and which things could you maybe, let somebody else help you with. Can be willing to communicate those things, and question out of the things that you are shouldering, what is the most important thing? What is the thing that not only sparks your passion, it sparks your emotions, it emotionally fulfills you. So let's go ahead and also peek at what's going on for your charms real quick before we get more specific into the days of the week. So we have an admirer is concealing their affections for you. We also have your talents will be recognized and suitably rewarded. And so, on those two notes, again, when we're talking about the affections of an admirer, that thinks about the Knight of Cups. So maybe, whoever this individual is might reveal their feelings for you in this week if it is a romance situation, or maybe you will be doing that. Also, your talents will be recognized and suitably rewarded. That feels like, again, kind of related to the 10 of Wands, but also that overall, 10 of Pentacles that we might be dealing with for this week. So we also have, this marble. We have both these, so heart chakra and your sacral chakra. We also have the moon charm here. So definitely we're talking about your dreams, your secrets. Be very careful about, I think, how much of your secrets you're revealing to other people. Because, again, with that Page of Swords, like, this person could go either way. They can be a great ally and really fun to talk to and communicate with, or they can be somebody who doesn't know when to sort of hold back information, and it might be, sensitive, because they're very honest and truthful. They are unafraid to scrutinize their beliefs, and they're, unafraid of emotion, but they do not let the emotions rule the decisions. Logic is what they care about. And sometimes, again, that person can be a little bit too logical. It needs to work more on their emotions. So again, it's all about truth. It's all about honesty and communication. I would just be aware. And again, I think that part of that is, when I first laid this down, it was reversed. That's why I think I'm getting that energy. I don't always read reversals, but for some reason I think that is, I would just be careful again with the Mercury retrograde. I don't think this person has any, if this is representing a person and not yourself, they don't have ill intent. It's just that because it's Mercury retrograde, you have to be so careful with how you communicate, because things could be said and it can come off in the wrong way. That's just the sense I'm getting. It would be interesting to see what else comes up for you guys. So yeah, see, we have Libra, so charming. We have Virgo with practical. We got the guitar, so definitely I immediately thought of clairaudience. So be very aware of sounds that you hear in this week. We also have the butterfly, so we're talking about transformation as always. I Heart Mom, embracing your uniqueness. We got that love charm. So yes, love could definitely be an aspect that might come up for you in this week, as well as just friendships. Be very aware of situations where you feel like you're a fish out of water, or, this could just represent, again, your emotional side. Being very aware of what's going on with your emotions. So let's go ahead, and now I'm going to use my little mini pagan tarot to pull at least 7 cards to represent each day of the week we're talking about, so the 8th through the 14th, to see what specific energy might happen or might be involved on a specific day. Oops. So we got a couple already. All right, so let's go ahead and see what is going on. So for Monday, the 8th, we have, let's just keep it. So we have the Novice of Swords. So this is essentially the Knight of Swords. So definitely be thinking about, again, this could represent a person. We have a lot of that Knight energy coming up more than once here. So definitely being very driven and being very focused on some sort of goal this week that you might be wanting to achieve. And with the Knight of Swords, that is, again, intellect. It's how you're thinking, how you're communicating. And so, I flipped this over. It is in the reversed. But again, I'm getting the sense that it's not a bad thing. I think it's just on Monday, it's all about communication and really going after what it is that you're looking for. Then we have the Seven of Chalices. And so for Tuesday, so you're definitely, this week is all about, so far, what decision it is that you're making. Yeah, we got a lot of that coming up. Yeah, so you're definitely dealing with a situation this week where you're needing to make a choice about something. So with the Seven of Chalices, this could be meaning that you feel particularly confused about something because there's so many options before you and so many different cups, and you're not sure exactly which one will be the best for you. And so this is definitely going to come up and be presented on Tuesday, it feels like. So you're going to be aware of how many options you have, and it's definitely going to require you to kind of meditate and listen to your heart. Because we also have the Novice of Chalices, which is the Knight of Cups. So there's what that big energy is going to come up. It's going to be on Wednesday here. So you're going to be needing to rely on what your heart says between these 2 days. Because we also have the Lover's card, which is, again, especially in this particular deck, it relies more heavily on the feeling of choice. So, and needing to make a decision. This is also related to the Archangel Raphael. And so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is where this is being highlighted for you. And so I definitely feel like romance is obviously a situation you're going to be dealing with, I think, in this week, as well as just a choice between something that is important for you. So it could be related to romance, or it could be related to your career. And so for some reason, I got the sense that it's almost a choice between two different people or something. Like, it's either two different people or two different paths, because you have the Knight of Swords and then you have the Knight of Cups twice. So this could represent two different people that you maybe are interested in, and they're, you need to come to a decision about which path they're going to choose when it comes to either these two people, or about where it is you want to head next. Because then we also have the Eight of Wands. So with the Eight of Wands, this is a message coming through. A fast communication, having things that you set in motion maybe a long time ago, something about those finally coming up now suddenly. And next to that, we also have the Seven of Wands. So, the Seven of Wands is about, the Seven of Wands is definitely about, standing up for what you believe in, defending your options. So I see this as a progression, that you are going to be, throughout this week, it's going to be, you're going to be presented with these options, and then some sort of message, some sort of journey is going to start with this, and then you're going to need to have to defend your stance on why it is you made that choice, whether that is to somebody else or even to portions of yourself. Like, why did you make this decision? And stand and remember why it is that you chose that, and stand by that decision. And then, we had the end of the week with the Ten of Swords, and so that is definitely, you're going to be ending something here. You're going to end a certain path that you've been on, obviously, to make the choice to start this new one. It could be very uncomfortable. Again, this could represent maybe a ending of a certain relationship. And it's never the Ten of Swords is never a comfortable ending. It's always kind of, it's difficult to handle, but it's necessary, because it really means the fresh start of something new. And so you got a lot of Wands energy going on here. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be putting a lot of work into your either spirituality or your career, and it's going to be ending up with you knowing exactly what path it is you want to go on. So you have only one major arcana. So this is the major element of this week for you guys. Is definitely this Lover's card. So again, the choice. And I will say, because this is a week where we're dealing with Mercury retrograde, definitely be careful about the choice that you make, because you don't want to be, Mercury retrograde isn't the best time to be doing any serious sort of contract signing or like anything major purchases, nothing like that. You just want to be aware and be very careful about those things, because usually something kind of unexpected can come up from it. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily a negative thing, but making a big decision like that during Mercury retrograde can definitely lead to some unexpected surprises coming up later about it. So just be aware of that when it comes to making your choice. So yes, so let's go ahead and pull the last card for this reading, which is going to be your oracle card. This is the spirit animal oracle, and this is just sort of the animal spirit that's going to be with you in this week, and what energy, what message you may need to work on. And we already got one. Oh, look at that. And so you got the mouse spirit, tend to the small things. So this is all about understanding the small details about things. So that, I feel like for this week, it's really, really important for you guys, since you are dealing with some sort of decision here, is make sure that you take the time to understand all the little details about it. Understand exactly what is entailed in this choice. But again, it has to come from your heart. You need to definitely use your logic with that Knight of Swords, as well as that overall energy of the page, your communication, your intellect. But ultimately, because we have that double Knight of Cups energy, this decision is gonna lie in your heart. So yes, I definitely feel like pay attention to all the small little details that you're seeing. Make sure you have all the information necessary before you make the decision, and don't be too overwhelmed by all the little details either. Really pay attention to what the most important things are with this. So yes, one final look at your charms here. So yes, I definitely feel like that is what I'm seeing here for this week for you guys. Hopefully that makes sense. I definitely see that it has to do with a decision. It might involve another person, a relationship, or it has to do with your career. As far as your career goes, I don't think it's a bad decision that you're making, because you're going to choose, I think, as long as you follow and you understand all the details that are involved in it, you're not going to make a bad decision in that. So yes, if this reading resonated for you, definitely do leave a like on this video, comment, let me know what you thought about it, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked the second group with the rose quartz, let's go ahead and we're going to start by pulling 3 cards to represent the kind of overall energy or situations that you might be dealing with in this week from the 8th to the 14th. Let's go ahead. Oops, I bumped the camera. Go ahead and see what is going on. Okay, so we have Death card. We have the 2 of Wands. And we have the King of Wands. So yes. Wow, guys. Okay, so first of all, look at all that yellow here. So definitely your solar plexus chakra is going to be very important for this week for you overall. Let's go ahead and also pull some charms. Ooh, more than that. Interesting. So for your charms, got that moon charm coming up yet again. This is the second group to have that. So definitely be thinking about, your dreams, your secrets, the kind of masks that you project out into the world. What things are you not seeing that are going to become clear in the light of the moon? We also have a pleasant surprise is in store for you. Got the, you know, got the turquoise bottle, so definitely think about communications. And we also have the key charm here, so we're definitely going to be unlocking something. And then, you know, especially seeing this along with the death card, this is all about transformation, and I think unlocking some aspect of yourself. And then we also have the bast symbol here, the charm, so definitely, you know, if you're not somebody, maybe the cat is a significant totem for you. Maybe you have a connection to Bast. You know, she is a Egyptian goddess related to fertility, sexuality, you know, joy. She also, you know, protection of children, just protection in general. So she might be significant for you guys. And what I'm seeing here, yeah, again, that death card is like the most important one here, because this is major transformation. You know, an old aspect of yourself is essentially dying, and you're going to be rising up again as a phoenix in this new area for yourself. The death card is related to the sign of Scorpio, and then you have 2 wands, so that's also fire energy. So think of, you know, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, which we are going to be coming into Leo season. So with the 2 of wands, you know, this is all about, you know, needing to make sure you have all your plans in order this week. You know, if there's something you're wanting to set out and do, if there's a goal that you want to achieve, then you need to make sure that you know all the steps in order to achieve it, to attain it. And kind of, this is like setting up to start on a journey. So you guys might be setting off this week, you're planning on making a journey, or you're packing for it or something. And then with the King of Wands, you know, he is, you know, all about the passion, the creativity, the spirituality, and he is very in control of all of those aspects of himself. You know, he's fierce, he's proud, he's dominant, unafraid to chase down what he desires. He springs forth into action with confidence, strength, and grace. You know, he's very bold. You know, he takes chances. He actually enjoys taking chances. So I feel like for you guys, this energy that you might be dealing with, but this isn't representative of a person. It's representative of you guys. These are very also similar images here. So I feel like this week you guys are really transforming, and you're really, you know, diving into this energy of the King of Wands. You're going to be bold. You're going to be fearless. You're going to go exactly after your passions. But it's really important to make sure that you have an understanding of what steps you need to take in order to achieve that. And so let's go ahead, and I'm going to pull 7 cards that are going to represent, obviously, you know, the overall energy of the days of the week from the 8th to the 14th, and we'll see what additional messages are going to come up through here. Put those ones back. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got here. So we have, the 2 of Swords. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have Justice. We have the Hermit card. And then we also have the 9 of Chalices. Wow, guys. So you got quite a bit of major arcana energy going on this week. And so what I'm seeing here, starting off, we have like the 2 of Swords. So this is definitely an energy of, again, it has to do with making decisions, and it's really about you not seeing, or you're not wanting to make a decision about something because you feel like neither option will lead to a good outcome, and you're blinding yourself to and kind of hiding away from making that decision. And you know, I feel like this is kind of the resistance to change, to maybe what the Death card is wanting to bring to you. And you need to not be fearful of it, because you also have the 4 of Wands. So I think once you are able to kind of remove the blindfold, to finally see and, you know, release yourself from your shadow side, you're going to be able to really celebrate. This is all about joy, about making a decision, and really just having a fantastic time. Happiness, joy, celebration. This is related to marriage, commitment, to, celebrating an achievement of some sort. And then we also have the Five of Swords. So I feel like, the Five of Swords, anything with swords are definitely important to think about for this week, because now we're officially in Mercury retrograde, and so how we communicate is very important. So obviously with the Two of Swords, you're not communicating with yourself very clearly. You're wanting to hide away from some decision. And with the Five of Swords, this is about conflict with another person or a group of people, and, feeling like, needing to understand that there's always winners and losers in a situation, and that you need to not be too focused on your own sort of ego and your own situation and like where you fall in this situation, because whether it's a win or lose situation, there's other people who are going to be affected by it. And so it's really important when it comes to communication that you don't be standoffish on this day or being too aggressive, and really making sure that you're seeing, being willing to look from a different perspective and understand how to communicate with whoever this other person may be on this day. And then we also have the Seven of Pentacles. So with the Seven of Pentacles, this is definitely, I feel like, related to, we have a bit of this energy going on here, especially with that, Two of Wands here. So with the Seven of Pentacles, this is all about taking time and being patient with what it is you're trying to grow. Understand that there is a time and a place for everything, and divine timing for everything. And so make sure to continue to cultivate and nurture what it is that you want to grow, and let it happen in its own time. You will know when the right time is to harvest this thing during this week. And it's not going to be this week. Whatever this is that you want to finally complete and finish, it's not going to happen this week. It needs more time to grow and cultivate. So it's more important, especially with the Pentacles, this is your material world, your health, you need to give it time. And so we also have Justice, which is kind of, I definitely feel is connected to that. This is an important, both of these, and then of course that Death card, are important aspects of this week for you. So with Justice, it's all about fairness, understanding karma comes back to everybody. So be very aware of what karma you're putting out there. If you're being positive and you're being, you're speaking from a positive place, you will have positivity returned to you. And also this is, anybody who's doing bad karma to you, maybe somebody is being very aggressive towards you and trying to pick a fight with you. Be the higher person and don't let it get to you. Focus on you and do your own work, because that person will end up getting their karma at some point. And then we have the Hermit. Again, that emphasis on you just needing to do you this week. It's all about your transformation, your beginning happening here. It's not about anybody else's. Don't let, other people rain on your parade this week. And then also finally we have, the Nine of Chalices. So this is you feeling very good. Again, that's kind of related back to that Four of Wands energy here. So feeling very good, feeling, indulgent, luxury, being very emotionally independent and stable in that sense, and just enjoying, related to this is like, the god Bacchus or Dionysus, kind of like party celebration, that indulgence in the joys of life. So I feel like that is what's going on here for you guys in this week. It's all about your transformation. You're working on your own stuff, and you don't need to let anybody else kind of hold you back or blind you from what it is that you want to achieve, because you're bold, you are fierce, and you have your eyes set on a certain goal, and you're going to work on it, and you're going to achieve it. And again, You need to make sure that you are patient with it and not trying to push it further than it is. So yes, that is what I'm seeing for that. And let's go ahead and pull your oracle card for this week. So this is the animal spirit that may be helping you in this way, what you need to know from them. Let's go ahead. Ooh. Oh my God. Okay, this is so weird. So remember how I said, you know, there's that bass charm here. And wouldn't you know it, one of the animal spirits that came out for you happens to be the cat spirit. So claim your independence. Yes, this is all about, I think, getting free from, you know, people or maybe a relationship that is, whether that's, you know, your shadow self, you know, relationship with your shadow self being the one that's been in control lately, and taking the steps to reclaim your independence and really getting focused on what it is that you want to achieve. We also have, you know, coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. Yeah. So even though if you have like a set plan and an idea, be willing and be, again, the challenges, the obstacles. The king of wands, he's not afraid of any obstacles or challenges that come his way. Instead, he embraces them. So again, if there's some detour that happens on your plan here, embrace it, because it was presented to you for a certain reason. And then finally, we have the ant spirit, time to collaborate. So this could mean, you know, collaborating with another person, although I feel like it's more about collaborating with spirit, co-creating with spirit, to really go out and make sure that you're putting out the right intention for what it is you want to achieve, what it is you want to grow. And then they will definitely support you. And again, anybody who has done you wrong in the past, who's caused you problems in the past, will get their, you know, their karma in the end. So yes, that is what I'm seeing for you guys for this week from, you know, July 8th to the 14th. It's all about still, you know, working on you, having this death moment of transformation and celebrating what it is that you want to achieve. You know, being bold, being confident, and making the plans for what it is you want to achieve. So definitely be thinking about that this week. So I will see you guys. For those who picked group 3 with the Ocean Jasper, let's go ahead and dive into what your week might have in store for you. So we are going to go ahead and pull 3 cards for the overall sort of energy for your week and what you may be working with, like major theme wise. Let's go ahead and see what comes up. We have the 2 of Wands, we have Temperance, and we have the Page of Swords. So interesting. So already, I believe it was group 1 who had Page of Swords, and group 2 had 2 of Wands. So you guys, group 3, are definitely working with, you know, those kind of same energies. Again, for this week, it's an energy that's obviously repeating for this, from the 8th to the 14th. And then you also have Temperance, so that is a major arcana, so this is definitely an important energy going on here. Let's go ahead and also pull some charms for you. Let's go ahead and see what those are. So we have an admirer is concealing their affections for you, and we also have a pleasant surprise is in store for you. Then we got the coin, we have the 3 ravens. Let's see. I definitely think you're going to be learning some things this week. You know, it's going to be transformative. It's all about you doing what you need to, you know, put all the pieces together. I feel like, you know, really being aware of messages that are coming through to you. Finding the best place for you to sort of swim in your energy, you know, knowledge, definitely that idea of learning. So I feel like looking at that and then looking at these overall cards, we have, you know, this sense of wanting to be in balance again. And so with the Page of Swords, as I warned with every other group that had the swords come up, you know, we are now officially in the season of Mercury retrograde, so be very aware of how you're communicating. And again, I feel like unlike with the first group who had this card come up, and I felt it was more heavy on that sense of like being careful how you communicate, how somebody else is communicating to you, what you tell another person. I feel like for you guys, it's more about this search for knowledge, of learning something new that's going to bring you in better alignment with yourself, having a lot of peace and tranquility, learning the alchemy of what you need to put together. And then with that Two of Wands, it's setting your sights and making a plan for where it is you want to go forward with whatever it is that you are doing. So let's also go ahead and pull 7 cards to represent, the 7 days of the week from the Pagan Mini and see what other additional, things you need to know. Let's go ahead and flip these and see what we got. Oh, we got the 7 of Pentacles again. That's what the last group also had that. We also have the Elder of Wands, so this is essentially the King of Wands. You guys are sharing a lot of similar energy with some of the other groups. We have the Six of Swords. We also have the Hermit. We have Strength. We have the Elder of Swords. And we have the Five of Swords. So yeah, a lot of the same energy, a lot of the same cards are coming up for this week. So definitely, for you guys in particular, it might be useful to watch the other previous groups because you do have some similarities with them. And, you have 3 major arcana, right? Yeah, 3 major arcana here. So these are definitely highlighted portions for you this week. So we start off with the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, there's and then, especially with the 7 of Pentacles and the Hermit, it's like what I was saying, definitely working on your craft, working on gaining more knowledge, and really taking time to sort of go into your own sort of cocoon to learn more, learn about yourself. Again, the 6 of Swords, you're moving away from something, you're leaving something to start something new. With that 7 of Pentacles, you're really cultivating, you're really growing the seeds, the plants of whatever it is that you want to harvest. And you that's an energy where you might get a little impatient, you want to harvest it soon, but you need to just stay patient, stay focused, and keep working on what it is you're doing, because it's not quite ready yet to harvest these things. So it's just, I think, again, for you guys, it's all about acquiring more knowledge this week. Again, moving away from sort of situations that are uncomfortable to you, because again, we also have the 5 of Swords. So yeah, be aware, communication is going to be weird right now for this month, and so avoid conflict. Avoid conflict. Don't even get into it with other people on the internet, in person. Just try not to cause anything like that or get involved with that, because it's not going to lead to anything good. Because again, with the 5 of Swords, there's winners, there's losers, but really nobody gains anything out of it unless people can be, rise above it and see that they need to communicate in a different way. They need to do something differently. They have to mend these, bridges. But for you, it could definitely be a sense where it's like you pick up on this conflict and you just decide to move away from it, walk away with it, and, be peace, be balance with yourself. And that's perfectly fine. We also have the energy of the Elder of Wands and the Elder of Swords. So this is all about confidence. It's all about your passions, your intellect, your spirituality, how you're communicating, having a lot of power and growth in that. Being older, being wiser with it. And, again, the energy of being fierce, confident, bold, and very much in control of what it is you're doing. And, maybe seeking out people who, represent the Elder of Wands or the King of Wands, King of Swords, to help you to acquire knowledge from them. And then finally, I want to talk about the Strength card here. So again, I feel like that's kind of representative, being in balance with everything. Not, the Strength card is, a maiden with, a lion, and she's like gently touching it, and the lion is not attacking her because she's calm and she's controlled, and she's very confident enough to know that, she can tame the lion. She can control that. So it's all about, really approaching things with grace and not anger, having a good control over your emotions this week, and not getting into conflict. That's what I'm sensing from this. Don't get into conflict. You know, if you feel like your words might lead to issues, or you aren't able to perfectly communicate something and you feel like something's going to get messed up thanks to Mercury retrograde, then just don't even bother. You know, say it. Just stay in your own space. Focus on what it is you're doing. And that's what I'm getting off for you guys this week. And then let's go ahead and also, a lot of growth I feel like is happening this week for a lot of people. And it's really important to focus on what it is that you're wanting to achieve. So let's go ahead and also pull from the Animal Spirit Oracle to see what animal spirit might be with you this week and what they need to tell you, you know, additionally. Let's go ahead. And we have, oh, another cat spirit. Yeah. So, with the Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. I've actually never pulled this card, so I'm definitely going to want to look at the booklet. But just going off what this says, you know, life is a mystery. There are so many different twists and turns and other possibilities that you should never feel set in stone with anything, or that you have to stay in one place and keep doing the same thing. It's like you don't have to. You don't have to stay in any kind of relationship if it's no longer fulfilling you on your path. You have the strength to walk away from it, and also the wisdom to know that the mysteries can lead to a lot of growth and prosperity for yourself. I think like you're in this time where you're seeking out more knowledge. And so let's also go ahead and look at the book to see what else this might have to say. So the Bobcat moves fruitively and mysteriously, and when Bobcat Spirit appears to you, she brings a powerful reminder that not all things in life can be explained or understood through the power of the intellect. Okay, so that's definitely interesting. You know, trying to figure things out, find logical explanations, or predict what will happen based on reason and facts will not provide you with the certainty and comfort you seek. Bobcat asks you to trust in the great mystery and let the secrets of the universe reveal themselves to you through direct experience. Allow your visions to slip into soft focus, and you will see between the lines and observe what has been hidden there all along. Bobcat Spirit helps you to know immediately the pulse of the divine world. Trust in the wisdom and revelations that come to you, yet know that understanding may not come as you would like it to. What you experience through heart and intuition, which comes to you as the voice of your inner knowing, will guide you now as you accept that secrecy is woven into the fabric of existence. No matter what the appearance of Bobcat Spirit, it is a sign that you are being called to trust, even when what is revealed does not agree with your need of intellectual security. You know, so in that context, thinking about that, and I feel like you guys are definitely, like this week, you're seeking out knowledge. And even though you are seeking out knowledge, again, it's important for you to realize that not all the answers can be found in a book. Sometimes the answers have to be found by going out there and seeing it for yourself, experiencing it for yourself. You know, make sure that you are protecting yourself. You know, don't let other people impose their opinions on you. And also, you know, if there's something that you are really working on, you're very passionate about it, don't reveal it to anybody. You know, keep the secrecy to yourself. You know, until that thing is ready to be harvested and shown to the rest of the world, keep it to yourself. You know, keep it in your sacred space and wait until it's the right moment to share that with others, because others might wish to, you know, take it from you, you know, claim credit for it, you know, cause conflict over it. So while you are definitely, I feel like, an intellectual group, you need to remember that that is only one half of the equation. The other half is your intuition and knowing internally what your balance is, and understanding, again, with the alchemy, the temperance, it's all about combining elements that don't seem to work together, but somehow they do. And so for you guys, that is part of the mystery. You can research, you can learn all this stuff, but in hand with that, you have to listen to your own intuitive calling. What is it you truly want to go out and get? So yes, that is what I'm seeing for you guys, for your group. Let's go ahead and take one last look at your charms. Yeah, again, I get that sense, you know, your root chakra is important. Your sacral chakra is important this week. Understand where it is you're going, what knowledge it is that you were wanting to acquire, but still have the flexibility to know that sometimes not all the answers are going to be in the books. Sometimes the answers are already within you. You already know the answers. You just have to get quiet and listen to it. Go on your hermit's journey and cultivate that. So yes, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. If you enjoyed this reading, please do leave a like on this video. Leave a comment letting me know what you thought about it, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great week.